Hello, boys and girls. It's Mrs. Daly here for another math lesson. In a previous lesson, we reviewed area and perimeter, how to find those numbers, and then we did a couple example problems on using our strategies for that. So today we're going to do more problems using those strategies. If you didn't watch the previous lesson, you should go back and watch that first because it'll go into more detail of the strategies. Today we're just going to review those strategies, okay? So let's dive on in. First, I'm going to do a really quick review of area and perimeter, and then we'll go into working the problems out. So remember, area is the inside, the space inside. So when you find the area, you're going to count how many square units you have. So for this example, let me get my pen. So for this example, remember when we're counting, we're going to put our dots inside to count. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So area for this example would be 8. And then remember we write it square, SQ, units. Okay, we talked about how we just use our finger or a pencil to put dots and count. And remember, with our activity, you're using the Cheez-It crackers at home if you want to. So you could do that as well. Okay, so that's area. You're just counting all the blocks that make up the shape. Perimeter is the one that was a little more difficult. So for perimeter, we're looking at the outside of the shape. So all the way around, how much space, how much length does that take up, okay? So perimeter, we write in just units, not square units, just units. And there's two ways that we could find it, okay? You could use your pencil and count all the way around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12, okay? You could do that and count all the way around and get 12 units, or you can use your math sentence to add up all of your sides. So for example, let me zoom out a little bit so we can see. We saw that side 1 had 2 units, so we put a 2 in the front. We did this problem yesterday, or in the last lesson, so that's why Ms. Daly's kind of going through it fast. Side 2 has 4. Side 3 has 2. And side 4 has 4, okay? So then remember, now that I have these numbers in, you can see better. So then remember, we used our hundreds chart and circled the number we started on, and we wanted to make sure we had the same number of spots on our hundreds chart that we do in our number sentence. So I start on the number 2, and I count on 4 because that's my next number. 1, 2, 3, 4. I put a line underneath. I'm not done yet because I only have 2 spaces. So I go to my next side. I need to count 2 more. 1, 2. I put a line underneath. I'm not done just yet because I only have 3 spots with purple on my hundreds chart. So I have 1 more side. I'm going to count 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And there's my answer, okay? 12. And I know I got all my sides because if I count how many spots I have on my hundreds chart, it's the same number of sides on my shape, right? So that's what we worked on yesterday. We did some examples with our Cheez-It crackers. So in our previous lesson, sorry, Ms. Daly gets her days all mixed up. I'm sure you guys do too. So we're going to go back to our practice sheet. The link is in this video and in the last video, and do some more practice problems using those strategies for area and perimeter, okay? So here's our new shape. Now remember, if you're at home and you have some cheese crackers, you can use those on the worksheet. If you don't, that's a-okay. You can just use a marker or a pencil like Ms. Daly is going to do on the screen. And even if you don't have the worksheet, you can use your finger on the screen just to count with me while you watch the video, okay? All 3 of those are perfect options to work on these problems, okay? So let's get started. It says in our problem that we're looking for area first. So area is on the inside or the outside? Beautiful job. Area is on the inside. So I'm going to use my marker. I'm going to change up the color for this lesson. So I'm going to use my marker and I'm going to count all the spots on the inside. And remember, as we count, we're going to put a dot so we know that we got that square so we don't miss any, okay? So I want you to count with me either at home using your stuff on the worksheet or on the computer pointing with me, okay? Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Very good, 12. Now for area, how do I write 12? Do I write 12 apples? Are there 12 apples? No, that's silly, right? There's 12 units, but do I just write units or do I need to write square units because it's a bigger amount of space? Very good. I'm going to write square. Remember, and for square, we're just going to write SNQ. Square units. Beautiful job. All right. Ooh, sorry. It's very difficult to write with this pen on the computer, but we're making it work, right? All right, 12 square units. Okay, so now we're going to move on to finding our perimeter. Perimeter is along the outside of the shape, okay? And remember, there's two different ways we can do that. So let's do it the hard way first, because I think we need to practice that just in case. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to label my sides, okay? So I'm going to put a 1 up here for this side, a 2 over here, a 3 down here, and a 4 over here. That way I know how many sides I have. So I need 4 different numbers for each side, okay? So then I'm going to start counting one side at a time. So let's do side 1 first. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so I'm going to write my problem over here, 4. I'm going to cross this out so that I remember I counted that side already. Am I done with counting sides or do I have more sides? Yeah, I have more sides, right? I need to do this side. So I'm going to put a plus because I know there's more that I need to add up. And then I'm going to count how many are on this side. So let's count together. Ready? 1, 2, and 3. I'm going to write my number of units for that side. I'm going to cross out the side so I know I got it. Am I done adding or are there more sides? Yeah, there's 2 more sides, right? So I'm going to put my plus because I'm still adding more units. And I'm going to count how many units are on this side. Ready? 1, 2, 3, and 4. I write my number for that side. I cross out the label. And am I done or do I need to add more numbers? Very good. There's 1 more side I need to add. So I'm going to put my plus. And, oh, that was a wonky plus, but that's okay. And I'm going to count how many units are on this side, okay? So here we go. 1, 2, and 3. I put my 3 for the units. I cross out my label. Do I have any more sides to add up? No, right? I can see that I crossed them all out, which means I got them all, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4 numbers for my 4 sides. So that means I can put my equals, right? So now I have a math sentence, and I can use my hundreds chart to figure out the answer, right? Okay, so here is my hundreds chart, and I am going to start on what number? What number should I start on? Yeah, my first number, my first side was 4. So I'm going to circle my 4 because I always circle the number that I started on. Okay, circled my 4. And then I'm going to go to my next number in my math sentence. So let me see where my arrow is. I'm on this number. So that's how many I'm going to count. Okay, so I start on 4 and I count 3. 1, 2, and 3. I'm going to put an underline so I know where I stopped. What number is this that I stopped on? Very good, a 7. Okay, so I have 1, 2 purple spots on my hundreds chart. How many numbers are in my number sentence though? 4, right? 1, 2, 3, and 4. Beautiful. So I need to keep adding because I'm not done yet. So I've got these 2. I need to go to my next number. And if you can see, Miss Daly's leaving her arrow so that I remember that's the number that I did last. So if you want to, with your pencil on your paper, put a dot to make sure you know which number you've done so far, that's okay. That helps you keep track and stay organized, okay? So I landed on this number, so that's where I'm going to start, and I'm going to count 4 more. Ready? 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'm going to put my underline because that's where I landed. Okay. Am I done? How many purple spots do I have? 1, 2, and 3. It's not enough, right? I have 4 sides, so I need to do my last number in my sentence. I'm going to start at the 11, and I'm going to add 3 more. Ready? 1, 2, and 3. So there is my answer. What number did we get? Very good, 14. And you can see I have 1, 2, 3, and 4 spots with purple, which means I got all 4 sides, right? So my answer was 14 units. Okay. So that's the hard way to find the perimeter. Let's try the easy way. The easy way is just to go around and count them. So let me pick a different color so that we can see the difference. Pick this bright blue. And we're just going to go around and count and see if we get the same number, okay? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. 14 units. We got the same answer, right? So for perimeter, I'm going to write 14 units. Thank you guys for being so patient with my writing. Okay, how are we feeling? Thumbs up, I'm feeling good, Miss Daly, I got it. I could do it all by myself if I had to. Thumbs up. Thumbs to the side. I'm starting to understand. I still need some help remembering what to do. Thumbs down, I'm totally lost. I have no clue. Please explain it to me again. How are we feeling? Which one? Okay, and that's all good. I see people with thumbs up, I see some with the side, and I see thumbs down. And that's okay because all of us learn at a different pace. So let's do some more practice, okay? Let me clear this and we will go down and try another problem, okay? You guys are doing a wonderful job. Let's see, I'm gonna make myself a little bit smaller so that you will be able to see this whole shape. Okay, so here we are. We have a bigger shape now, and it's asking for area first. So let me go back to my color for area. And area, remind Miss Daly what area means. Am I finding the distance or the space on the inside or on the outside? Thumbs up for inside, thumbs down for outside. Very good, yeah. Area is on the inside, okay? So we are going to use our marker, and you can do this at home with your finger or on your paper. We're going to count and put dots while we count. So let's do it together. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Beautiful counting, guys. 24. And remember, with area, it's 24 square units. Good job. I heard some people at home saying square. units, Miss Daly. Square units. Okay, so let's talk about perimeter. Is perimeter on the inside or on the outside? Yeah, we know it's on the outside, right? Because we already did the inside for area. So this is a shape where you could decide which one you wanted to do, which strategy we should use, okay? This is a big shape. So if I had to count all the way around, if I use that strategy, I would probably get a really big number. And I know sometimes when we count to really big numbers, we can get mixed up and miss some numbers. So for this bigger shape, if Miss Daly were doing this problem at home by myself, I would use my strategy of using my hundreds chart because it will help me make sure I don't miss any, okay? You can do either one when you're by yourself. You can practice either strategy and you will get the same answer for both strategies. But sometimes when it's a bigger number, it's easier to get mixed up counting, okay? So for this one, we're going to use Miss Daly's strategy of using the hundreds chart to add on in a math sentence. And then on another problem, we'll practice counting around, okay? So I changed my marker color so you could see that now we're working on perimeter. So first we're going to label our sides, okay? So this side will be number 1. This side will be number 2. This side will be number 3. And this side will be number 4, okay? So let's start counting one side at a time. And remember, once we get our number for our side, we're going to cross it off so we know we counted that side already, okay? So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So I'm going to start with the number 6. I'm going to cross this off. And I have more sides to add, so I'm going to put a plus sign, okay? How are we feeling so far? Okay, I see lots of thumbs up. That's good. Okay, now I'm going to go to my next side, my number 2, and I'm going to count how many units for that side. Are we ready? 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I'm going to do 4. I'm going to cross out this label. Am I done, or do I have more sides to my shape? Yeah, I have more sides, right? So I need a plus sign. And then I'm going to count my units for the next side, okay? So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I write my 6. I cross off this side. And I need to do my last side, right? We're going to pretend like we're at a zoo and we're building an exhibit for a monkey. And we need to know how big of this cage the monkey is going to live in should be, right? Because we want to make sure the monkey has lots of space. That's something you would use this for. So now I need to make sure that all the sides are closed so that my monkey can't get out and get hurt, right? So I need to do my last side. Are we ready? We're going to count how many units. 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'm going to do my plus and my 4, and I'm going to cross out this side. Okay, did we get all of our sides all the way around our monkey's exhibit? Yes, right? I have 1, 2, let me turn my spotlight on so you can see it. I have 1 here, 2, 3, and 4, right? And in my math sentence, I have 1, 2, 3, and 4. So now we're ready, to find our answers. Let me do equals. Sorry, I didn't realize my pen had changed. And I'm going to use my hundreds chart to help me find my answer, right? So what is my first number in my math sentence? Look for my little red spotlight down here. Do you see it? What's my first number? 6. Beautiful. So I'm going to use my purple marker, and you can use any color or any pencil you have at home. But I'm going to circle the number 6. Just like that, because that's where I'm going to start counting, okay? Now watch my spotlight down here on my math sentence. I'm going to move over to the next number. What's my number I need to count? 4. Beautiful. So I'm going to start on my 6 and I'm going to count 4. Ready? 1, 2, 3, and 4. Great job, guys. All right, I landed on the number 10. I have 2 spots with purple, but I need to keep going because I have 4 sides for my monkey's exhibit. So here's my little marker I left, so I knew where I left off. I'm going to go to my next number. What's my next number? 6. Beautiful. So I start at my 10 where I left off and I count 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I'm going to put my line so that I know where I left off. And I have 1, 2, 3 purple spots on my hundreds chart, so I'm not done yet because I need all 4 sides. So here's my dot I left, so I remembered where I left off. I'm going to go to the next number. What's that number? Beautiful, 4. So I need to keep counting 4. Ready? 1, 2, 3, and 4. Beautiful job. So what number did I land on? 20. Good. 20 units. And I know I got all my sides because I can see there's 4 spots on my hundreds chart. That's how you can always check and make sure you got all your sides. Okay. So my answer was 20. And for perimeter, I just write units. All right. Let's check in again. How are we feeling? Thumbs up, totally got it by myself. Thumbs to the side, I'm starting to understand, I still need a little help. Thumbs down, still totally lost. Beautiful. I don't see very many thumbs down, so that's awesome. All right, we're going to try 2 more together, and then I'll let you guys do the rest of this sheet by yourselves at home for more practice, okay? So we did that one in the last lesson. We're going to move on to this big shape here. Okay. So let's do area first. Let me change my color to area. Area is on the outside or the inside? Inside. Beautiful. So let's count together. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Beautiful. 16. How do I write 16? Sometimes Miss Daly's brain doesn't work. How do I write 16? Thank you. A 1 and a 6. Beautiful. I don't know what I would do without you guys. 16 square units. Okay. Now, for perimeter on this one, we practiced our math sentence strategy on the last one. So for this one, we'll practice our counting around. So let me change my marker so you can see. And remember, perimeter is the distance around, right? Because we want to know, we're pretending we're our zookeepers and we're building exhibits for our zoo animals. So let's say we're building this exhibit for, what animal should we build this for? Let's make it for some snakes, okay? This is going to be our exhibit for our snakes. So we want to make sure that, 1, they have enough space to live inside. So we're giving them 16 square units to live inside. And then we want to make sure that we have enough fence around the outside to keep them in there so they're safe from other people coming to see them, right? So let's count all the way around and make sure we get all the way back to the beginning so that the exhibit is completely safe for our snakes, okay? Here we go. You ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Oh my goodness, we got the same answer. 16 units, okay? 16 units. How are we feeling? I see lots of thumbs ups this time. That's great. All right, 16 units. You guys are doing a wonderful job. I know we've done lots of hard work, so let's practice and do one more together to end for the lesson. And then you guys can do at home more practice with your families, okay? So let's try this one. And I want to do our hard strategy for this one just to make sure that we are understanding how to use our hundreds chart, okay? So first, let's do area. And I want to let you guys have a chance to count those on your own first. So at home right now, with your finger or on your sheet at home with your pencil, I want you to go ahead and touch and count the area of this shape. We're going to make this for, what kind of animal? Well, I heard somebody at home say that they think we should make this for a bat. How's that sound? Okay, cool. This is going to be our exhibit for our bats at our zoo. So I want you to count the squares for the area of our bat exhibit. Go ahead. Okay. I saw lots of good touching and counting. I'm so happy. I'm going to go ahead and do it now so you can check and make sure you got the right answer, okay? So here we go. Let's count together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Is that what you guys got at home? 12? Oh my goodness, you guys are so smart. All right, 12 square units for our bat cave, right? So now that we know how much space he needs on the inside, I need to know how much fencing I need to put on the outside to keep him safe, right? So remember, if we're going to keep our animals safe, we need it to go all the way around. So let me switch my marker, and we're going to use our hundreds chart strategy for this one, okay? So let's label our sides. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so you at home, I want you to count how many units are on the first side, and then we'll check them together, okay? All right, you guys all have an answer? Beautiful, so let's check it together. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Beautiful job, 6. So let's put our answer here for 6. Sorry, that's a little bit of a wonky 6. I'm going to put my plus side because I know I have more sides to count, and I'm going to cross this out because I got that side already, okay? So now I'm going to go to my next side. We're on this number over here where my marker is, a number 2. And can you count how many units are on that side? Good counting, guys. 1 and 2. So I'm going to put my number 2. I'm going to cross out that side because I counted it. And I have more sides to do, so I put my plus sign, right? All right. It's your turn to start counting. So can you count how many units are on side 3 down here? Beautiful counting. I'm just going to do it myself so that we can check. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Good job. All right, I put my 6 down here. I cross out this side, and I have one more side to do, so I'm going to put my plus sign. Okay. Now you at home, I want you to tell me how many units are on the last side, side 4. Perfect. 1 and 2. I write my 2. I cross out my 4 because I did that side. And now I have all of my sides, so I can put my equals, right? Good job. So now we have a math sentence, and we can use our hundreds chart to find our answer. So if you can see my little spotlight down here, what number do I start on? Beautiful. I start on a 6, so I'm going to circle the number 6 on my chart. There it is. Okay. And then if you look at my spotlight, I'm going over, how many do I need to count? 2. Beautiful. So here's my 6, and I'm going to count 2. Ready? 1 and 2. I put my line because that's my number I landed on. And I use my pointer to go to my next number. How many am I counting now? Beautiful. 6. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I put my line because that's where I landed. And am I done? No, right? I only have 1, 2, 3 spots with purple. I need one more number for the last side. So what's the last side I need to add? 2. Beautiful. So I start where I landed last and I add 2. 1 and 2. What answer did we get? 16. Beautiful. 16 units for how much fencing our bat exhibit will need on the outside. Awesome job. So remember, we write the number 16 and then units. And it's very important that you put what 16 means, that you put the units, because otherwise people might not know. They might think you mean 16 apples or 16 feet or 16 SpongeBobs. You know, they don't know if you don't write units. All right, you guys, that was an awesome lesson for the day. I hope you enjoyed going through and working on your strategies for area and perimeter. Remember that you can check the lesson before this if you need some more explanation on the strategies, and you can print this worksheet to do at home to practice more, or if you buy a box of cheese crackers, you can build your own shapes on top of a piece of paper and find area and perimeter all on your own, okay? I hope you guys enjoyed. I will see you for another lesson on another day. Bye.